There's so many TV shows out nowadays. You feeling like you can't catch up? I feel the same way. Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Conte J back at it again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about TV series and streaming platforms and how I feel that television is too saturated right now, and it's really hard for viewers like me and you. Since the creation of the television, we have had cable, and cable has been around, but around the early 2010s, we finally got streaming platforms. And now there's more original content on streaming platforms than ever, and trying to watch those shows while also trying to watch shows on cable TV is really a tough task. If you're wondering which streaming platforms are out there, let me refresh your memory. We have HBO Max, Netflix, Disney Plus, CBS All Access, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, The Peacock, BET Plus, and oh, I almost forgot, Apple TV Plus. Okay, those are all of the platforms that I can name. There's probably more that I haven't heard of, but I don't really know any more. If you guys know any other streaming platforms, name them down below. But already, that is a lot. Now, I see myself as an average watcher of television, but when I look at the shows that I've watched in the past 2 years, this is what I came up with. So in the past 2 years, I've watched shows like Nailed It. I finished the last 2 seasons of Pretty Little Liars, Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways, The Gifted, iZombie.
Every single year I watch The Challenge, Mandalorian, You, Ozark, Stranger Things, Westworld, Tiger King, QB1, Last Chance U,
The Boys, All or Nothing Tottenham, Black Mirror, The 100, The Final Table, All American, Euphoria, The Circle, Too Hot to Handle, Basketball or Nothing, American Vandal, Atlanta,
and 2 seasons of Hell's Kitchen. In this same time period of 2 years, there were also TV shows that I started but never finished. Those shows include 911. We're not doing this again, so here's a list. Also in this time period, I estimate that I watched around 200 films as well, so my viewing habits are very, very hefty. So maybe I'm gonna have to retract my initial statement and say that maybe I'm not an average viewer. Still, for some reason, I feel as though that I'm missing out on some great television shows. And that is the problem. TV is too saturated. Especially with streaming services, it makes you feel like you're always missing out. Even if you watch mainly Netflix shows, you still realize that it's too much. Like look, you can go onto the platform right now and then realize that you're just bombarded with all these original shows and shows that Netflix acquired, and it's too much. You can't absorb all of that. It's truly a burden of choice. Like right now, Netflix has original shows like Cobra Kai, Sneakerheads, Ratched, Umbrella Academy, Mindhunter, Get Organized, Down to Earth with Zac Efron, Outer Banks, and Money Heist. Aside from Netflix, we also have Disney Plus, and Disney Plus has originals like High School Musical, the series, The Mandalorian, Diary of a Future President, Marvel's Hero Project, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, and don't forget the slew of Marvel shows coming soon to Disney Plus. Even Apple TV has a whole lineup of original content. Look at Hulu, owned by Disney. Even they have a boatload of original content too. So, now you may be wondering, why do all these streaming platforms have original content? The answer is control. Alright, some of y'all are gonna be like, duh, it's for control, but really what I mean to say is that basically Netflix and other streaming platforms are basically gonna go into debt just to make sure that they can keep you on the platform. And if they bombard you with a bunch of content and you might feel like you're going through a burden of choice, they don't really care that much, because there's going to be people who come onto the platform and find something that they like. All right, if they put out as much diverse content as possible, then there always will be something for someone to watch. All right, and that's why they're going to keep pumping out original content, because they want that control. They want to control the game. What you must understand is that the budget for these shows, like original content and the acquisition of other shows, the budgets are not small at all. Alright, costs a lot of money. Apple spent $5 billion producing their original content, and Netflix spent $14 billion creating their original content, and Disney, they spent just shy of $1 billion. So now you must be saying these shows don't broadcast on regular cable, so no ad revenue is coming in. Exactly. These shows aren't made to make money from ads, but they're made to gain more loyal subscribers and viewers who engage with their content on their platform. Even Netflix has gone into serious debt creating these original shows. Netflix notices all of these other platforms popping up, and they can slowly feel that grasp of the streaming platform game slipping. Now Netflix knows how Blockbuster must have felt. But judging from the stats, you may think that Netflix is sitting pretty. But then you gotta ask yourself, why did they increase the monthly subscription price? I have to say it, but all of this diverse content is an attempt to keep you on the platform for as long as possible. It may seem as though that this is great to have a lot of diverse content and a bunch of content out there, but really when you look at it, like I said earlier in the video, this is not good for the consumer. People say that streaming is better because it's less than cable, but let's do some math. Spectrum, AT&T, and DirecTV have plans of $50 a month for 100 plus channels. Also, these cable providers will provide you with video on demand and give you access to watch shows that you missed out on online. Like say if you wanted to watch a show on MTV.com, all you have to do to unlock it is put in your cable provider. So that's the price and the amenities for the cable packages. But let's say you have HBO Max, which is $14.99, Netflix, which is $12.99, Disney Plus Deluxe that comes with Hulu and ESPN Plus because it's a better deal, alright? So if you want Hulu and Disney, you might as well just get that. That's gonna cost you $12.99. And finally, you have Apple TV Plus, which is $4.99. That's about $46, which basically comes out to the same amount as a cable package. Now, within a year, doing the math, you're saving $48 from streaming, right? But remember the amenities that I said that comes from having a cable provider. Because Disney owns Freeform, but if you want to watch a Freeform show online, then you're going to need a cable provider, because Disney Plus is not going to give you that access. And another thing that sucks with all these streaming platforms popping up is like, imagine already having cable and then having to pay for streaming services. Now, the game has changed a little bit because we have services like Fubo TV and Sling that can give you cable channels for a lower price, like around $30 a month, but you're not getting the same amount of channels, but you really don't need channels. Like if you're not a reality TV type of person, then you don't need the Bravos, the VH1s, the MTVs, right? If you're more into sports, if you like Discovery Channel or I don't know, the ID channel, mystery stuff, then you can choose, all right? And I think that's a great option. But imagine still having to pay that $30 for your Sling TV and then paying probably $30 combined for your streaming services. It's not good for us right now. Oh, and shout out to Amazon Prime, making Amazon Prime Video free with the Amazon Prime subscription. If only Apple could, provide Apple TV Plus for free for people who have Apple Music or consistent people who use iCloud, people who have the iCloud subscriptions, because it would be very considerate of you, Apple, but no. And don't even try to make excuses for Apple, because Apple doesn't have a bundle like Disney. And even when you're looking at it, Hulu has its own bundle with Spotify. So Apple TV Plus combined with Apple Music. Why isn't that a thing? I'm overwhelmed, as you can see. And I feel like a lot of you are as well, looking at all these streaming platforms, seeing and hearing about all the great shows, all the shows that win Emmys, all the shows that your friends talk about, your coworkers talk about, and just like, I am not going to pay for another service, alright? People have looked forward to these streaming services because of its risk-taking content and it replacing cable, but really, it's kind of like cable all over again. The saturation of original content from streaming platforms is not at the same level as cable yet, but give it 5 to 10 years and it could even be worse. My advice, stick to 2 platforms, get you your Netflix, get you a Hulu, whether you can get the bundle with Spotify. That's what I do. It's still on my student account. Don't know when my student email is going to go away. I graduated in May, so hey, I'm still rocking with it, so I don't know when it's going to end. But yeah, like I said, get 2 streaming platforms and probably split another with friends or family, because I don't want to miss out on some of these shows. I like some of these shows. I want to see what's on HBO Max. I just think there's way too many shows out right now. I mean, media and entertainment itself is getting oversaturated, alright? Look at the amount of music that's coming out. As for TV shows, I think it's a great thing to see all these creators, seeing these directors, producers, actors, all the people that are on grips, lights, sound, getting opportunities, and it's a great thing, alright? But for the consumer's sake, I don't think it's that great. I really don't. I think it's too many. at a certain point you have so many options that it's like, what's the point of having all of these options? And it makes it harder for you to choose. Let me know what y'all think. I think that is just way too much content out there, and there's like just no way to catch up on everything. Alright, so it just makes it harder for people to do that. Yeah, that's just my opinion. That's what I've seen looking at all the data and stuff. All of this is for control. All right, all of these shows that are coming out, you know, they're great. They're putting more diversity out there in certain roles and stuff. They're giving people more opportunities. But know that these methods of creating original content is simply to gain the control of the viewer. Disney Plus is gonna bombard you with all this original content because they want you to stay on Disney Plus. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Let me know what y'all think. And as always, this has been another Picante J video, so please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace. Bowling too hard through the net, swish. I'm coming with the heat, you need protection. You'll be doomed if you enter my section. Yeah, I'm coming.